Meat. It's consumed by most Americans in their everyday diet. The USDA recommends that people should eat 2 to 3 servings of meat daily. So have you ever thought about where your meat comes from? Some people have decided that meat shouldn't be involved in their diets. These people are called vegetarians. There are a few different types of vegetarian diets. Pescatarians are on the low end of the spectrum. They eat fish but do not eat other meats. On the high end of the spectrum are vegans, who don't eat or use any animal products. In the middle, and most common, are lacto-ovos who eat eggs and dairy products but do not eat meat.
You're probably thinking, why would anyone ever give up meat? Actually, there are a lot of reasons why people become vegetarian.
Why are you vegetarian?
It's part of my religion, and I was born into a vegetarian family.
My religion.
What religion are you?
I'm Hindu.
Some religions, such as Buddhism, Hinduism, and Jainism, advocate vegetarianism as a way of applying nonviolence to animals.
Former President Clinton is a classic example. The reason he went to that strict vegetarian diet was that he needed to cut his cholesterol, and he needed, there were certain things that he needed to do, and this was the way that he chose to do it.
So I did all this research, and I saw that 82% of the people since 1986 who have gone on a plant-based, no dairy, no meat of any kind, no chicken, turkey, have begun to heal themselves. Their arterial blockage cleans up, the calcium deposit around their heart breaks up.
Why are you vegetarian?
I really did not like the idea of killing an animal and eating it.
I saw this video in Health called Fooding, and it showed what actually happens to the animals, and then I haven't been able to bring myself to eat meat.
Many people do not know what hardships animals go through before they become the meat on your plate. They are beaten, tortured, and packed into small spaces. Animals are shown no sympathy on the factory farms and are seen only as industrial profits.
If you're still skeptical about giving a vegetarian diet a try, maybe it's because of one of the following misconceptions.
Have you heard of any stereotypes about vegetarians?
Well, the general stereotype is that they're like hippies, and that they just or they're wimpy.
Vegetarians are going to have a lack of protein in their diet.
Would you ever try vegetarian food?
Probably not.
Why?
It's gross. I don't like vegetables.
And they think that all you eat is salads.
We set out to disprove these misconceptions. If you think vegetarians are healthy.
Right. I actually don't, because then those vegetarians are going to have a lack of protein in their diet.
When you think of a vegetarian person, I think that a lot of people associate the word with someone that is not well nurtured, or someone that is very thin.
Do you think being vegetarian is unhealthy?
No, I think that I think nutritionally you can make up in your diet what you don't get from animal products. You can get those things from other sources that are more plant-based and that sort of thing.
Do you think you're not healthy?
No, I'm getting all the necessary nutrients and proteins and everything, so I'm healthy.
Do you think you're healthy?
I'd say I'm at the same standard as most people.
They're wimpy.
Actually, there are many professional athletes who are vegetarian or vegan. Major League All-Star Prince Fielder went vegetarian after reading about how animals were treated on farms. Yet, he has hit over 110 home runs since. Another vegetarian athlete is Mike Tyson. He's a former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world and holds the record as the youngest boxer to win the WBC, WBA, and IBF heavyweight titles.
I don't like vegetarian food, it's gross. I don't like vegetables.
I'm no, vegetarian people eat real food too, I can eat a sandwich or some pasta. It's not just greens all the time. There's so much stuff that you can eat, they just don't realize it, I guess. Yeah.
Experimenting with a lot of different foods.
When you go to restaurants, are there a lot of options for you?
Yeah. There's not much of a problem.
Where do you get most of your food?
Well, we just shop at the regular grocery store, Safeway, Giant, and then we also shop at the Indian grocery store.
Most restaurants, there's enough options that it's you're not eating the same thing you go to every restaurant.
I tried being vegetarian for 2 weeks to see if these misconceptions were true.
How was your 2-week challenge of becoming a vegetarian?
At first it was pretty hard because I had to give up meat so quick, and also I didn't really prepare myself for the whole experiment. Also, most of my friends and my family eat meat, so since I'm around them all the time, I have to be around meat all the time. It was really tempting, but I held myself back. And after 7 days though, it was getting pretty easy. And I was kind of happy because I got to try various types of food and I experimented with different types of things. Healthy meals. I had one pizza throughout the whole 2 weeks, but other than that, my mom and I made really healthy meals.
During your 2 weeks, did you think you were healthy?
Yes. After the first 4 days, I started making my own meals that actually contain a lot of nutrients. I ate fruits, vegetables, and I took a lot of vitamins.
Did you find it hard to find food for vegetarians?
No, there was a lot of options out there. I remember going to Whole Foods and they had a lot of stuff for their buffets, and also in their frozen section they had a lot of stuff. And in Giant and Safeway they also had Morningstar. So they don't really have a buffet. They had a salad bar, so you could get stuff from there. But they had a lot of options from Morningstar.
We also went to Falls Grove to find out what vegetarian options the restaurants had. In Taipei, Tokyo, Panera, and Melt, there were vegetarian sandwiches, sides, salads, tarts, and paninis. Also, Jerry's, Moby Dick's, and Wingstop had veggie pizzas and other sandwiches, salads, and sides for vegetarians. And Mama Lucia's and Cheeseburger options included pasta, salad, pizza, cheeseburger wraps, and veggie platters. When you ate vegetarian food, did you think that it was disgusting?
No, not at all. We went to Yunfu and I got sesame chicken and I thought it was going to taste disgusting and I thought it was going to taste fake. No, it actually tasted really good, and it's interesting how they made it. I thought it was interesting because it tastes like normal chicken. Tastes like meat. It actually tasted like sesame chicken, even though it was made out of tofu. Even these guys who are non-vegetarian thought that the food was good. How was your beef?
It tastes just like the beef that you find at other stores and restaurants.
So was it good?
It was really good.
Is it what you expected?
It tastes like normal beef.
Did you think that the pineapple chicken was gonna taste like
I thought it would
rubber?
taste like rubber, but it tasted like actual chicken. Of a survey of 100 Wooten students, only 3 were vegetarian. It's bizarre to think about how many more people are meat eaters than vegetarian.
Have you ever thought that by eating meat you could be contributing to world hunger and global warming? You're probably thinking, how is that possible? Well, in Michael Pollan's Omnivore's Dilemma, this issue is explained. In 2007, America produced 728 billion pounds of corn, of which 47% was used to feed factory farm animals who aren't even natural corn eaters. Think about how that amount of food could help those who are starving in many places. In addition, fertilizers used to grow these crops are made using the energy from the burning of coal, oil, and gas. When these fossil fuels are burnt, a great amount of carbon dioxide is released into the air, and that carbon dioxide is causing an increase in global warming. If more people in the world become vegetarian, then these problems will be minimized. So is it worth it? Would you give vegetarianism a try?